In June 1942, 6 months after Pearl Harbor, Japan's navy was as powerful as ever, and they were sweeping across the Pacific. Their momentum almost halted, all because of a small island named Midway, the subject of today's documentary. The Battle of Midway was one of the most beneficial battles for the US in World War II, because it stood for more than just territory. It stood as a wall for Japan's Pacific advance and as a power point for everybody involved in the Pacific, but specifically the US and even more so Japan. Japan wanted Midway as a springboard for their Pacific advance, and to threaten Hawaii as well. But American intelligence officers actually cracked some parts of Japan's naval codes, so America had the rare opportunity to know exactly where Japan was going to strike and when, which allowed them to prepare for it in advance. And for that same reason, Admiral Chester Nimitz arranged an ambush on their fleet. 3 entire US carriers, the Enterprise, the Hornet, and the Yorktown, were all positioned just northwest of Midway. Early US attacks actually didn't do that much, but around 10 a.m. on June 4th, American dive bombers caught Japan's carriers refueling and rearming their planes, so they were vulnerable, and it gave the US an upper hand in the battle. So the US, within 5 minutes, ended up destroying 3 carriers, with 1 remaining that was sunk eventually, later on. Because of this battle, Japan lost their ability to have big attacks right along with those carriers. So their expansion east was brought to a halt, and they lost all of their momentum in the Pacific. Midway would have been a stepping stone to Hawaii for Japan, and overall was a massive loss for them and a huge gain for the US. Japan was also forced to play defensively, as the US began to island hop westward towards Japan, which gained the US influence in the regions they did, and specifically the Pacific. And all of this comes to show why Midway marked a turning point for World War II, and even more importantly, for US history. That's all, folks.